Can you watch the stream real quick? Can you do me an audio check? Because my shit just keep fucking up sometimes.
I'll do it in a sec. Where's my phone?
Alright, cool.
And let's see. Speak.
Hi?
Ew.
Hear me?
Let's see. Speak. There.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I heard it.
Unfortunately.
Fortunately.
Alright, welcome back for episode 23. Let's kick this fucking party right off. Alright, invites out for Archer. There he is.
Arch?
Hey, Archer, go ahead, invite, or not invite, but go ahead and include your audio.
Why does this guy sound so familiar?
There you go.
You're all set?
Yes, sir, I am.
Alright, just go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone. Just like what you do, well, what your position is in GSC, what is GSC, and what's your mission. And then we'll get into the details.
Okay, nice. Well, hello everybody. My name is Executive Director Archer. I'm the Executive Director for the Global Strategy Corporation. We're a parent company to multiple brands and other groups that focus on the gaming community, such as like our activities groups, which is usually what people know us as from our PMC days, and being structured with MIlsim and simulation and having fun with those things. But we've also grown to grow a consulting group as well, where we develop, coach, and advise other types of groups, and we help them, fix our problems basically. So yeah.
Now, how long has GSC been around?
GSC's been up for about four years.
4 years. Okay.
Alright. Now, I'm sure if you watched the last episode, we had the guy from... Correct me if I'm wrong, I already forgot his, the unit he said, or the PMC he was with.
JDI?
The guy from JDI, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't think if it was something else, but he was telling us about the situation with a apparent disgruntled member of former member of GSC trying to get into, or got into his unit and try to have him send spies into your unit. Can you go into details like what brought it up and what was taken care of?
Yeah, so, first of all, I just want a little bit of backstory. GTA Warrior is Chris. We noticed that very early on, and he didn't maintain a membership with us, for like over a week. So he was pretty it's pretty crazy. But with the situation at hand, what happened was around like May 16th. May 17th. I joined JDI server with my little brother, or who I identified assistant, my executive assistant, and we always jump into server from that. I started talking to, well, I assumed that the program was in charge, and come to find out it was the 2IC of the team, and I asked a couple questions, and it was pretty cool. But after that, I found out that that Red, that Director Red, was the guy in charge whose name used to be Spartan, and and I knew we had a history and things of that nature. Um, so yeah, so after that, after we talked a little bit with Red, he kicked us out of the server, and then yeah, shortly after, there was, if I'm not mistaken, Red contacted me on Discord. Asking if I knew anybody by the name of GTA Warrior. I told him that I did. I told him, we've had history before. He was in the team back in 2018, and that he basically, like, as I told you guys before, that he's crazy. and yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm also looking at the messages as well. Let's see here. Sorry about that. But yeah, he contacted me saying that he had sent a form in his members only website.
Yeah, it was the form that only members were supposed to have access to, but apparently he was already in the server for some reason.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that GTA Warrior had to be like a second account.
Right. Yeah. So I was having I was kind of telling him a little bit about him. Because we don't give out much information about our guys, even past or present, simply because the way our application process is, we do ask for some, we just ask for some of the basic information, but it can be, used, it's your first name, last initial, something of that nature. We don't give out. We don't want to be just like willy-nilly with that information. So, but I told him enough, to have him understand that, he was in the team back in 2018, right around the time that Red was also here in GSC as well. And he told me the situation that he was having. I told him that I would help him out. I asked for some information, and I passed it along to our like investigative service per se. I'm making it sound cooler than it is, but it's just we after getting so I don't want to say so big, but after accumulating and having people join us and stay for so long, and having a lot of people, we do like get a lot of complaints and stuff like that. So it's basically just like a complaints investigative service, and they look into all the information, whether you were, like I said, whether you were a GC member or are currently a GC member, and these guys found some information back in our files, because our files go back since day one, and yeah, so we were able to pull up some information, and I was able to give it to Red, and then from there, just yeah, so it gets a little weird from there. After I gave him the information, I talked to him and I told him that, hey, now that we're cool again, we should kind of work together a little bit. How about GSC, the GSC consulting group? How about we, what's it called? How about we assess your team, right? So an assessment's very, it's the like one of the most basic things that we do. It's one of the first steps in our approach, as we call it. So it's basically just the first thing where we look at some of the different overall. It's basically how we get a picture of your team. So we look at the health of the group, like, do people actually like your team or anything like that, or are people about to leave, stuff like that. We do look at the culture and other details we do believe that can be helpful. And so, even from my first visit jumping in Red's team, I'm sorry, jumping a red server. He said his guys didn't like me. Right? I was like, I didn't say anything. Right? I wasn't rude. You know,
They didn't
I
like
didn't
you?
say. Yeah, they didn't like me.
Oh.
Apparently, me asking just general questions, just trying to get to know somebody, just trying to get to know the second command. I was asking, how did they put, is this essentially investigative questions, or like asking like an investigator type deal? I'm like, no,
Yeah.
you know, I wasn't being that way, and I even apologize. You know, I even apologize for the even the perception of them coming out in that manner. Um, you know, but they didn't believe me. But whatever. I said, hey, how about we, you know, assess your team? That should be fun. You know, you guys just switched over, and actually, I didn't even know that Red or Spartan had come back to the gaming world. Like I wasn't even aware. We have basically our public affairs team, what we call our general communications group. Those guys handle all the websites and Twitter accounts and things of that nature. So apparently, the second in the command of general communications has been retweeting and contacting, has been in contact with the name they were called in the first place, some type of DJF, and then they switched over to JDI. So these guys have been contacted. I wasn't aware, but as soon as, because you know we're PMC, like we want to see our family, we want to see other cousins in the gaming community. So I said, hey, if you I gave up, you know, the thing, like, hey, if you ever see any other MCs out there, hit me up, let me know, please. And they did. They said, hey, you know, this group just switched into a PMC. So that's how we basically identified them and knew that they switched over into a PMC. I'm sorry. Did you guys have any questions? Because it feels like I'm talking a lot.
Just listen.
I get
You sure? Because I can keep going. I just feel I don't want to be.
So do you just, like, you test like other PMCs and you know, so you
No.
get them out, recognize them?
No. Well, we're not in that business. That's not our job. If we were in a community and things of that nature, if there was a simulation community for PMCs, then that would be. I can understand that would be a different story. You know, like to see if you're up to standards, but that's not the case at the moment. So no.
Now, for what I get, it's not just PMCs that you work with. You actually work with like other
Actual
units,
units.
like other military simulation units, correct?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So so we work with our consulting group works with every type of group known to man, regardless of whether you call yourself a clan or a gaming community or anything like that. We will work with you if you're willing to grow, basically. And so,
Okay.
yeah. Me and my business partner, Jones, as we like to call him, me and him started the consulting group, and we've been growing it to where it is now. And yeah, it's just been something that we believe, or that I believe, has been a necessity for the gaming, not industry, but, you know, community for the longest of time. Because I was back in like 2017, 2018, 2019. You know, that's 3 years for us. We kind of, I don't want to say it like that, but we kind of got tired of hearing the same issues with some of the same teams, right, that we were contracted with at the time. And we're like,
Like what
is the
were
same issues.
the same issues?
So
Give us
horrible.
an example.
Yeah, so horrible culture, right? When we say the word culture, culture is like the personality of the group.
Oh.
Plenty of times, a lot of people don't know that I'm black. So once they find out that I'm black, it's like all the white people in their team just start saying the word. Oh, really? We already know this.
It goes from a regular ass chat to full on 4chan post.
Exactly. It's crazy. So the culture, right? We call that a culture problem because leadership is allowing or also probably endorses that type of behavior, right? So that's the personality as a whole of the group. So that's an issue that needs to be resolved, right? Or we look at, obviously we look at organization and structure. How do you structure your team? Just like with JDI, when we kind of did like a pre-assessment with their team, we found out that they were calling themselves PMC, which is cool, but they had this structure and they were doing some of the actions that was mercenary related. And so, he's even said it on Twitter before, but he'll change it and stuff like that, and that's cool. But like,
May I ask what's the difference between like
yeah,
mercenary unit and
yeah.
PMC?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
What's like the difference between the mercenary units versus like a PMC?
Right. So, I'm glad you asked a great question. A mercenary team. They have no structure. They have no organization. They just essentially, help out people. It looks like to be helping out people, but they just organize themselves in a different way. And the biggest, I think the biggest portion is they have no standards. Right. So they have no real structure. So when you're looking at a PMC, you're looking at accountability. You're looking at leadership. You're looking at the way they structure the team. I don't know. It's a great question. I've been asked that in years, but yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. I'll probably have to get back to you on that one, but it's very simple. So even in real life, right? Even in IRL, mercenaries and PMCs, or as they're called now, PCSs, are different. In order to become a PMC, you have to be you have to have certain things. Literally, the part of the law that there's a part of the law that says your mission statement. It can't be like advocating for war, and stuff like that. Just even having a mission statement is like what a PMC is going to do. So a mercenary group is not going to have a mission statement. Usually, money grabbing.
Like
and
some of
usually,
them, if they want to like attract like real good customers, they'll put out one.
Right, exactly. Well, so
Well, it won't even be like a full-on mission statement. It'll be like pretty much like cut and dry. Here's what we do. Like here's you hire us, we'll get shit done, kind of thing.
right, exactly. So again, even like in real life, in order to be considered a PMC, a registered PMC, you have to register with the government. There's a whole site that you have to go to. You have to get a cage code. You got to get all this other stuff. And a lot of people don't know the biggest thing with PMCs is not the guns, nor is it anything else. Just like the rest of America or the American government, it's about money.
Right?
No, it's about money. Right? So, and I don't know if anybody has a security clearance, but it's either whether you're non-possessing or possessing, which means do you have classified materials or do you not have classified materials? And then if you do, your money changes, right? You might get a little bit more, or you might get a little bit less, depending on that. All these different things matters, right? Obviously, going back to the gaming side, that doesn't apply. So how does GSC turn some of that knowledge into, emulating or simulating a PMC? Well, we do that by structuring ourselves with really good leadership, with really solid leadership. We allow ourselves to be held accountable for our actions and what we do. We don't hide anything. Even though we do have essentially an intelligence office of intelligence, right? It's not actually fulfilling the intelligence structure, the way intelligence is supposed to be done, right? It's just not, obviously, because this isn't the real world. This is the gaming. But we do things that we consider to be essentially on the right path. And if we're not, we always try to fix it. So type deal. I'm sorry to kind of take you guys everywhere, but any more questions? I love the questions.
Back to the situation with Warrior. Has he continued to try to message you guys, or I believe he's still going back and forth with JDI right now, but has he tried like to sneak back in with you guys or no?
No, he doesn't message us in any capacity. I personally blocked him, and we have an office of technical services. Apparently, he has access to an email, or apparently multiple email addresses, and has tried to contact us through that method. But we I don't know if you know, we have our own domain name, which allows us to kind of, we can structure our information differently. So we don't. It's I wouldn't say it's hard to get in, or is it hard to contact us. But if you're actually trying to, then well, it's easy. Or if you're trying to get in to GC, it's easy, right? But yeah, we have methods where we can monitor all that stuff, and he hasn't had to, nor any of his guys apparently who exist. So.
All right. Those things about cover everything really.
Okay, that was fun. I wanted to, if you don't mind, I want to talk about something about the things. You mind
Go ahead.
that? So right now, GSC is working on a couple of things. But GSC is basically working on something that we call SEED. Right, it's an outreach program. SEED stands for Simulation Education and Development. SEED was born out of our consulting group, right? All that's kind of connected. Essentially, information that matters right now, and that can help even a new organization get up on their feet, or a new type of simulation team get up on their feet. That's what SEED's gonna have, right? It's basically taking away the ability to say I didn't know, or I don't know how to start, or I don't know what to do next. I don't think anybody else has ever done this before. It's a very
Training
it's
like
a very
new units and stuff.
no us.
Yeah, like the seat, like training units how to start a unit.
Yeah, that's what our consulting group does.
It's pretty much like a workshop, really.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Like if you follow us on Twitter, you would notice that sometimes about every Wednesday or so, or every Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll reply or retweet or like a post on Twitter from DSET. DSET is pretty much how the fuck do I describe them? Here, I'll just quote their bio from Twitter. DSET standing for Defense Simulation Education and Training Event.
Yeah.
It's pretty much they'll do workshops. They'll talk about how this can help better prepare the future soldier into doing this or that or whatever. And I know they just had a big, not really a big event, or yeah, somewhat big event. It's mixed because, of course, UK still has some stringent COVID rules in place. So you had some people go there, and of course, some people tune in via the internet.
Right. I was gonna ask, what is that like? Is that a real thing, or?
Yeah, DSET's a real thing.
I mean,
Oh,
like,
so it's like it's not online, right?
yeah, I'm saying it's like a real organization.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
And they go around helping other teams, helping other MIlsim teams?
No, they don't do like helping teams, like helping gaming teams, but if you give me
Yeah, take your time.
a sec. I gotta find you. There you go. I just tagged you.
Oh,
Or
there it is.
I just-
Got it. Sorry. Let me. Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it. Because
Yeah.
we.
That
we
they yeah
Alright,
they
sorry.
do like MIlsim chats about Tuesdays or Wednesdays, and they'll ask how did this training help you, or so on and so forth.
Right, but it looks like they're actually in the what is that, Australian military?
I think
Or
it's
I'm sorry, the UK military.
hodgepodge of different people. I
Okay.
believe UK military.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're set in Bristol.
Okay. Yeah. But so I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna
like what? Yeah, how you were kind of described as like reminded me of how they'll help people better understand how to do things via simulation and whatnot.
Right. Yeah, and I was also looking at, another thing, another reason why Seed exists, because I'm kind of tired of playing trash games, and they don't take in consideration the simulation element of the game. Like, I don't know if you guys have done your research into how big simulation is, a digital simulation is, but it's pretty massive. And the what's it called, the rate of return, like the rate to make somebody join a simulation team, or at least introduce them into the world of simulation, it's pretty easy. And then usually when you, like, I forgot the figures that we found out, but about what is it, like 4 out of 10 or 5 out of 10 of people who are introduced into the world of simulation actually stay in. Like me, like I joined a really trash Rangers team back in early 2017, or no, late 2016, and it was really bad. It was really trash. And then I heard that PMCs existed, and that's actually kind of how I started. Like I heard like everybody was talking trash. Like it was pretty bad, talking trash about PMCs back then. And they were really bad, and so that's why I actually started GSC. That was our first like goal or mission, was to clean up the name of PMCs. Now you really just don't hear about them, which is cool, because there's nothing bad to say. So
They're still. I'm pretty sure it's still like banned from entering communities, right?
so
Yeah,
about banning. I mean about joining and communities and PMCs. I have my own personal opinion about that. Like, I'm a big advocate for PMCs. Like, we shouldn't even be in other people's communities in the first place. I can get working with communities to work with their teams, right? Which is the essence of a PMC, which is trying to help people. But other than that, like, there should be commingling as far as joining there. Because their rule set is different. Like, you're talking about civilian contractors versus national military teams, right? Those two are two different things. So, yeah. But I don't. Monkey is cool. I think monkeys are cool. I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's good.
I think you were the one who asked for the definition. It's a weird definition, the way we've said it, because we are also adding in. We had a PMC community back in the day, so you'll kind of have to get rid of that. But
I
other than
vaguely
that,
remember that actually.
yeah, called DearG. It was a horrible name, but it was Defense Ethics and Regulations group, community group, and we like everything we do it big. We got tired of seeing trash communities pop up and go, and we're like, look, when we do this community, we're gonna be here for a minute. And we're up. The community was up for 2 years. Had over a bunch of PMC groups,
Yeah.
and at the time, the goal was to evaluate structure and help PMCs grow. And all that effort is, even though we had to close it down because we even kind of jumped off Battlefield 4, but all that effort has went back into our opening of a consulting group and and all this other stuff. So, did you have a question?
I honestly forgot, but yeah,
It's all good.
I don't know what I was gonna ask.
Are you guys a leader?
Oh.
Leader of a team?
Oh, different teams, yeah. So I'm from 256, as well as
256.
Two,
and
256.
Split is from-
I can hear you mumbling. Sorry.
256, IPCT, Army Unit, National Guard.
No, not you dumbass.
Oh, you mean in real life, or you talking about your actual?
No, in MIlsim.
Oh, you're missing.
That kid sounds too damn young to plug you in the fucking National Guard.
Well, listen. You know, we put it out everywhere. If you guys are interested in growing your teams and actually staying up for a while, and usually the people who work with us, they like branch out of their MIlsim identity and they become something much bigger, like we did. Even though it's not everybody's goal, and that's fine. But if your goals, you know, if leadership, as leadership, you guys might have goals of training your people better, helping them retain information or just seeing different results. We can do that. We actually can. We actually will give you measurable success. I can promise you that. And that goes to everybody out there listening on the Twitter streams and the Twitch streams and all that jazz.
256 is a pretty established team, for sure.
What do you mean?
Probably biggest unit in MIlsim community right
Is
now.
it?
Yeah, actually, pretty sure.
Is
One
it?
of the-
8 IDs to
Yeah.
get, but
Yeah, it actually is.
What
So-
makes a team? Let's identify. What makes a team big? The numbers.
Numbers,
Yeah,
talent,
numbers.
skill.
Numbers, training.
plus skill. Yeah.
How long have you guys been up?
don't know, like-
shit, that's 3-4 months.
Months?
Yeah,
Months?
months.
No.
No, months, 100%.
No.
No, Onyx has been around for a minute.
I know
Onyx?
that, but
Oh
Yeah, Onyx
that's
has been around, but like the
Yeah.
unit itself.
Yeah, but the 256 unit itself.
256 has
for,
been
like,
up for like a little. It's been months, but like it hasn't been 4 months. I've joined.
No,
four
it's
So, like,
3. I
8
think
months.
3.
Really?
It's 3. Yeah, 3 now.
Good.
No,
Okay.
it has got to be a 6.
No, 100%. 6? What the
Okay.
fuck?
Okay. How about we meet in the middle? Let's go to 5, right? Are you the leaders?
Sure.
Are you the leader, Monkey?
No, I'm a Armexa.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in charge of armor.
Well, no, I am.
Okay,
No,
so you're-
really.
But you guys.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, fuck
I get it. I
you.
get it. So right. So let's talk about the culture of your group, right? Do you guys have people who actually respect leadership, or like how does your leadership roles work?
Yeah, everybody listens to higher ups. Nobody goes out and like just disobeys. You know what I mean?
Boys.
With
Everybody
Jeff on the
respects each other.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you mean by respect each other? What does your leadership look like?
Like, what do you mean? Like,
What do
good.
what do they do for a living?
Onyx
11.
is a, what does it do? He's a tinker?
He's army tanker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's army tank in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hold on, let me pull this up.
Is Punisher
We have a
still
couple.
in it?
There we go.
I don't know. But we still have
Punisher
a
was
couple
fun.
more,
Okay, let's
with
talk
the
about.
military.
Okay, so that I'm sure that could be helpful. Do you guys breach on Battlefield?
What was it?
Do you guys breach on
Just talk
Battlefield?
about breaching.
I mean, I know what it is, but I doubt a lot of people use it in actual engagement since, it's sometimes not really useful as
Right.
much,
Wow. So
I mean, well, you could breach, but
Yeah,
fucking,
but a lot of
like,
people
might as
still
well just like
breach.
send a few rockets into the fucking building.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of people breach, but it's not like I know. I used to train on this with my guys, and when I ran 7ID, like
Okay.
breach and clear, line up, ready, say when ready, and all that.
Right.
But like as I've been playing MIlsim for a while now,
Yeah.
it's changed a lot. It's not as much as a, breach and clear and all the realism stuff, it's usually
Yeah.
just fighting and just going at each other. No, like,
Right, and I was gonna say, do you believe that formations are necessary as well?
and sometimes, yeah,
In what
when
capacity?
crossing streets and, like, you know, going by, like, an open field, you don't want to be bunched up together, you want to have spacing.
Okay. What?
Like all this kind of stuff is covered in just about every unit's BCT. Like they'll do a section on spacing, formation, how not to fuck up, really.
Right.
Well, the
and
thing
I have,
is,
And
I have a
a lot of
they
question.
our
give you the
guys-
tools.
Right.
And of course, every so often, they're like, once you pass BCT and you're in a unit, there's time like, well, they'll do unit training, like, or whether it be a full-on unit-wide, platoon, or just squad-wise training. And they'll keep going, like they'll keep building, like they lay the foundation for you in BCT,
Right.
and it's just up to you, up to squad or platoon to build upon that foundation.
And,
And they continue to do that.
and how many members does 256 have?
we
Over
right
20
now,
on raids.
right, we'll usually pull like 25s, but in the server right now we have, let me check, 89,
89.
and yeah, pretty active.
Why do you have 89?
How many bots?
Right.
Probably like 4.
Why do you need 89 people, or I'm
The
sorry,
nude bot.
85 people for your team, even though the servers
the
are 30,
hell not?
32.
Well, not everyone is gonna be on every
Active,
single
yeah.
night, you know what I mean? People have lives, so at least like 50 people are active, or maybe
So-
like 40, and it just recycles to like 30 members every night,
Mm-hmm.
Not every
Okay.
single 50 members get on.
Right. Okay. I mean, I ask those questions. So you guys have been up for, you said 4 months, 3, 4, 5 months.
Yeah.
Are you guys prepared for scale? Like how long who started the team? Did he set up the structure and all that before recruiting all these people, or
Yeah.
you guys just kind of?
Onyx is he's been doing MIlsim for a while. A lot of our
yeah,
guys have
shit
been
ton.
doing MIlsim for a while, so
Okay.
we knew how to run a unit. At least he did.
Right. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, nice. What about BCT? How's it structured? Is it an assessment, or is it a assessment or a
We don't have
check for information?
BCTs basically. We are.
Yeah.
At least I am. Trying to get a BCT going again.
Right.
We don't really have a lot of new MIlsim members. It's usually just veterans. But I'd still like having a BCTs going on.
So you don't have them, or you do?
We don't.
Pretty much the folks they bring in are experienced enough to where they know what to do and what
Shit.
not to do.
Nice.
And if
what are
there are new, we'll just tell them the basic rules of MIlsim and like no
Any basic
bunny
like new
hopping
person that comes in
Just-
that's like just getting into MIlsim, they'll be told what they can, like, I assume during training they'll see what they can and can't do.
Yeah.
They'll see the kits that they can run.
You can have one kit, you run this kit. If we tell you to run this kit, you have to run this kit. It's structured.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
of course you're gonna
of
get
course.
that one guy that fucks up and tries to be hot shit. And he
Yeah,
gets
then he
dicked
gets-
down.
Yeah.
right?
We don't
So
really do that.
So what are your plans? Oh, well, what are you guys' plans? I know you guys are just on it. What are your what do you think the unit's plans are 2 years from now?
Keep on running to like the next
CF6,
battlefield,
well, okay.
BF6?
You know, and barely
Sail
anyone in this
on.
community is waiting for
That's-
well, everyone's waiting for the next battlefield.
Yeah.
As soon as that drops, BF4 is gonna like slowly
Oh
die.
yeah. No, I don't think
Even
slowly. I
faster.
think it's gonna die immediately. Yeah, I think it's gonna die
Yeah.
almost immediately.
It's already
But-
dying.
Yeah,
It's just
like,
gonna
like,
boost
again,
that
like,
up.
but not instantaneous as
Oh,
soon
yeah,
as the
no.
game drops. But like,
I hope.
I
That'd be,
give it maybe 2 months.
This is
Yeah.
my favorite game of all time, so it's gonna be sad, but it's gonna be
I-
more fun.
I also jump back on there as well. If you ever see me, you'll probably see me jumping into random teams. Even though we're on all platforms, you know, PS4, PC, and Xbox. But you'll probably see, obviously, because I'm on Xbox, you'll see me on Xbox, and you'll probably see me in random teams and stuff like that. So I
I've
haven't
seen
joined.
you in the past.
Oh, yeah?
What units have you been part of?
I've never been a part of any team besides mine. But contracting wise, I've been a part of hundreds of teams. So I've been, yeah, we've been busy within our little 4 years, but but that's why I'd be asking, you know, what do you guys think about in 2 years? Because if you think in that type of time frame, like even though you know we have 5-year plans at a time in GSC, we also think in because we believe it's a business. We also think in quarters, right? So, you know, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. And then we have quarterly goals. If you look at those quarters and you just focus on the quarters and keep your head down, by the time you pop your head back up, you've been up for 10 years, or yeah. So
It's like a full-on fucking business. Damn.
man, well, be honest with you, man. You know, and only a few people know, but I don't have a problem announcing it. Pretty soon, you know, GSC will be a business. GSC will be a flat-out business, and you know that's something me and my business partner, Jones, will be working on, or have been working on. Excuse me. And
Like full-on business where you guys are actually making money off of doing what you do.
yeah, I mean because the type of information, the way we apply it, and the results teams get is never been done before. You know, we're not gonna charge you guys an arm and a leg, sure, but you know, it is a consulting group. You are getting the information, and the beautiful part about it is this information also applies to real life as well. So it kind of, you know, we give you real life information, we give you real business information, right? My business partner, he's in school right now, so he's going to school for business. When all these things have accumulated into this thing that actually can help people, and I don't know why we shouldn't get paid for it.
See, a lot of
Now when... Oh, go ahead.
a lot of PMCs that we usually see, they usually just they don't care about all that like training and stuff.
I know.
They're just out there, get their own kit and having. I remember, someone told me, one of the leaders, you can run a Sega frag rounds because
Oh Lord.
PMCs have their own guns. Frag rounds are real, so you can run that engagements. And I've seen them run it, and like it's pretty cool. Like you guys do it different, not just killing and.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So even back in our Battlefield 4 days, we didn't just like randomly pick guns. So we that was something we were able to. We had the ability to base off of real life. So in real life, these guys, PMCs, when they do actually have the ability to have guns, and that's all actually a very small portion of civilian contractors, but civilian defense contractors. But when they do have the ability to use guns, they have to use them on the usually they have to use them on the bullet type, right? So when we were on Battlefield 4, we used 5.56 weapons, right? So any weapon you were given that ability to use, if it could carry 5.56, you were good basically, and that's how we looked at it. Obviously, a lot of people had a problem with that because you had different country and different countries' guns and things of that nature. But you know, that's because in real life they bought rounds in bulk, right? Everything was bought in bulk. There's not really like bringing your own gun so much, but more of like the the round count, or I'm sorry, the round type, right? So, yeah. But we try to do our research as much as possible, and then we try to apply that. We don't just actually make up something as we go. Like we think about it. Yeah.
They just said just choose any gun, Sega's frag rounds, go ahead and
It's just
a raid in a server.
so good,
Just
so bad.
going.
We've only lost. We haven't been. we haven't been a part of a lot of raids, but every raid we've been in, we haven't lost. Now we've personally lost our own, because we've been raided. Well, no, we've never lost our own raid, so we've been raided twice, but we did lose one team that we helped out. They lost, and obviously it's our loss as well. The leadership was very new to the game, literally, and we're trying to give him some information and pass the information along to him, and it flustered him. It's very. He's like y'all. He's like y'all are, He's like y'all got it. So run it. I was like, well, I'm not the leader. I can't do that. You got to do that. You got to, da 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 da. Leadership on the fire. I was like, you got this. Bullets are flying. I was back in Nam. Type deal. I was like, dude, just it's a game.
Okay.
Like it's fine. yeah. Music in the background and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, it's not that hard. You are gonna lose, right? I said we're gonna lose because of you, but it's fine, right?
How many guys do you have in a server?
Usually, us or them?
Or GSC in general.
Yeah.
So on Battlefield, back when we maintained 40. We maintained was it 32 on the side? So we maintained 32. So we had 6 people in leadership essentially, and then we had a whole 32 person thing, and we maintained that number the whole time. We didn't try to go over, only because we're PMC. Like I wasn't looking. We've been at that 100 member mark, right? But after I figured that out, nobody's gonna call us because we have 100 people. People are gonna call us because we're good. So then I cut out most of the extra guys or people, guys and girls. I don't know how you identify, but I just from then on I decided to just maintain 32 people, active members, and we a lot of people say they're special forces, but they don't actually do the work that allows them to be special forces. So I think I think we were special forces equivalent because we trained. If we weren't in a raid or if we weren't supporting you on the field, we trained. We trained on the 3 tenets of combat, which is shooting, moving, and communicating as a team. We tried our best to be better communicators. We tried our best to be better shooters, and we tried even on the game. We tried our best to be to move as a team, to be more cohesive. And so when we're actually called and ready, people were like, "Wow, look at the coordination." They didn't use big words like me, but they were like, "Look at the coordination. Look how you guys are." I was able to call something out on Zillow, and you see instant results. It's like, "Hey, there's a tank back there. Tank is go." Type deal. And that's the level of standard and effort that I and my organization, we all put into everything we do. So, like I said, if the 256 needs help, contact me.
Hey.
So, okay, so I gotta ask,
Please.
you guys already gone for trying to be gonna be becoming a legit business.
Yeah.
Have GSC already started the process of get trademark, patent, or not really patent, but trademark, copyright stuff?
Yes. So we're in the process of trademarking our logos and our branding assets, as they're called, and we're in that process. We're in the process of doing the business side as well. We're kind of confused on how to attack it. I will be honest, because what we built is so like you said, it's new and it's different. I mean, in business terms, it's easy, but for us, it's a little bit different because this is on the gaming
Now,
side.
when you become an actual business, you're going to be still doing dealing with online gaming, right?
No,
or are you going to move into real life civilian work?
No, that is our customer base. So
the online gaming is your customer base.
Yeah. So what will turn into a business first is our consulting group. That's why we built, and that's why we call it. We have essentially 2 sections of GSC. When we say GSC, we're talking about the whole collective effort, the whole collective enterprise. So I'm in essentially what is the parent company. So You know, you have Amazon, and then you have Amazon Web Services, you know, things like that. So then we have GSC Holdings Group, and then we have the GSC Activities Group, which is the professional gaming side, which is the gaming activities group, and then we have what's called the IRL Activities Group. So they're separated, but they're essentially the same because they're all activities. So professional gaming, airsoft, paintball, esports, all these other things. And then we have the consulting side.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was just about to ask you. Will GSC be moving to helping, what is it? Helping gaming groups
Yeah,
become better? Like, say, fuck, I can't.
you're good.
What's like Evil Geniuses or Cloud9 or something like that?
Yeah.
Gaming
I'm not even sure if
organization.
they're still around.
Yeah. Nate Shots Group, the 100 Thieves, all those guys.
Basically,
Basically, yeah. We plan. That is the plan to get to that level. But we respect. You know, I'm black. We respect the hood. We respect where we're from. You know, we're not you know, dropping you guys, dropping us, right? Because we're all part of the same group. So our first thing is to get really successful at helping our fellow teammates and communities, right? Because esports is a whole different arena, right? And the way the consulting is a whole different arena. So you know, we're planning it to take it, you know, one step at a time. And we're starting with you know, simulation teams and simulation groups because that comes easiest to us. And then you know, obviously all that is in clans and gaming communities. And a lot of people ask, does it matter the game? The game does not matter because we're focused on your structure. We're focused on your admin side of your team. You can be really good at a game. You can if you corral a bunch of people and then try to have them on a game. It doesn't matter what game. But if you can't maintain recruiting or retention and you can't do all these other things that are required to be a group, then you're going to fail. Unfortunately, I'm sure we've lost a lot of good people, a lot of good leaders, a lot of good groups because they didn't have the training for it, or they didn't know how to do it. And that's what we want to provide. That's what our the GSC Consulting Group wants to provide, right? For us to help, and that's how we're starting off, which is how Seed is. It's where Seed comes in. Seed comes in as like, it's like, hey, we know what we're talking about. Look at this information. If you want to learn more, you can contact our consulting group, right? And even with Seed, and I know you didn't ask, I'm kind of going everywhere, sorry, but even with Seed, when Seed's released, about 6 months from Seed, we'll have what's called courses and classes. Courses and classes is basically where we actually, so a class is actually instructor led. It's where we have instructors who sit down, you know, over Google Chat or Google Classroom, and that, you know, we organize it. And I know a lot of information. I can't say certain things right now, so I'm kind of trying to find different words to say it. But
yeah.
anyways, we're using Google Classroom, and we'll be. And here's the beautiful part about it. People think we're trying to like push our information down the hole of people. That's not the case at all. 256 has 89 people. We need to know how you did it, right? So everybody else can know how to do it, right? So we'll have like guests, people coming in. People want to learn how to create great news organizations. We'll need Salty Squid to come on in. People want to know how to do great, you know, and this might be specific stuff. And
I'm probably not even gonna be sober when I come in on this shit.
Right, but we'll have all these different abilities where teachers or instructors can teach, and then for some people who've been to college, you know, they know about course-led material, which is they can take the material on their own, learn at their own pace, take as long as they want, and then they can you know, get a certification for that class. And all this is cert-based, right? It's certified by us, meaning, you know, if we're making money by helping people, I think we kind of know how to be able to know if you've passed the information, you know, if you can actually understand and assess the information yourself, type deal. So, like I said, we're the first to do it, man. Nobody
I
else
haven't
is
seen
doing this
anyone
thing.
like it.
Exactly, and we do big things, and like I said, with this incident with those other guys, we're not interested in the small stuff, even though that's like annoying. We actually, seriously, honestly, are like want to see the growth of people. Um, you know, growth of all teams, of all simulation teams. Um, we want to make sure that people have the opportunity to know, right? So they don't have an excuse to say, "Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry, my team's gonna die." You know, or you know, because you basically I think 8 people. Or, I'm sorry, 85 because it's not 4 bots and 256.
Well,
Right? How many teams has I'm just speaking rhetorically here. How many teams has Onyx led? Right? Has he led like 6 teams and then all 5 of them failed and now this is the sixth? I'm just using it as an example. I'm not saying he did.
yeah.
Take his mic's acting up.
All these types of things, we want to stop this type of behavior from happening in the future. And we're taking it upon ourselves to be the guys, or be the guys and girls, excuse me, to make sure, you know, that doesn't happen in the future.
Okay.
Thanks, Monkey.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's a lot of shit to take in.
Yeah,
That's still pretty cool though. It's like new.
yeah, it's yeah.
It would actually be the first former, well, I would say for like you guys kind of still are a PMC unit, correct?
Yeah, so
So like it'll be like the first practical PMC unit come from Xbox to be make itself into a legit business.
Yep.
That's a first for us, really.
Yeah, man. And Salty Squid was there to see it. There you go. Salty
I
Squid.
actually remember, yeah, first day y'all popped out, I was like, shit, we got another PMC. Fuck.
Right. And then it changed.
Everybody
Yeah.
expects the PMC to just be like Mimi and stuff, and pick their own kid.
Right.
But you guys are different.
Right. And here's the thing. I need everybody's help on this one. Yeah, like I said, even though we're not doing our community anymore, we're still asking that if you guys run into a PMC on the game, or if you hear about a PMC on the game, have them reach out to us, or I appreciate it if you guys reach out to us and say, hey, here's another PMC, or here's a new PMC, or whatever. Or here's a group that's calling themselves a PMC. You know, if you're looking for, like I was telling Director Red at JDI, if you need a mirror, if you need to see what a good PMC looks like, look at us. Like, yo, you're not at the level of, obviously you can't because I'm great and I'm black, obviously, right? But you can try.
God damn, you just popped that shit right in there.
I'm joking. But you, like, they can learn to we have no problem like taking them under our wing, not absorbing them, not acquiring them. That's what a lot of people are afraid of. Even though we have acquired teams and that we do have our own acquisitions and mergers division, we don't do that. Well, I'm sorry, we don't do that when we're taking you under our wing. Don't get me wrong. We do frequently absorb teams, lots of times, only by their choice, right? It's highly consensual. We're not making people do it.
Have you heard of ions? Great.
Jesus
PMC,
Christ.
not really.
Oh my god.
What is that?
Ions is okay. So Ions is a PMC.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and it's not a good PMC. That's the thing. There's the people that told me that we can run whatever we want, like frag rounds, and that's what his CO runs. They tried to poach one of my members in 7ID.
Wow.
But you know, at 7ID they were really loyal to us, so they told us instantly. We went inside. We investigated like you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we went in the server. We were just asking questions. They thought we were one of them, and they promoted poaching from other units, and yeah, their thing was there's one commander of the army rank. They just choose any rank.
Yeah, that's not how this works.
It was interesting.
That's not how this works. That's aggravating. That's not how this works.
Oh, they wanted to drop a war doc on all of the MIlsim community. So
I'm confused. They wanted to drop a
That
window?
sounds like
they wanted to they wanted. This is what they told me. They wanted to poach as many people as they want, or they have. I don't know. Yeah, they just wanted to poach, become the biggest unit. They want to fill every single server in Battlefield full of
Right.
ions and, destroy the MIlsim community.
Well,
But
that's,
nobody was really scared.
that's essentially what GTA Warrior was doing. And that's that type of behavior right there.
he may have been influenced by Ion.
Well, he's
Probably.
so he, like I said, he wanted to join and be a part of our. Like I said, we don't do anything secret, but we do have like specialized teams.
So okay.
He
Wait,
wants he wanted to be a part of our intelligence group.
So he thought you'd be him being an intelligence group, like being
Yeah.
part of your intelligence group. He
Right.
was like some secret scroll shit.
Right, and
And he found out that wasn't the case. He got upset.
right. Our intelligence guys, the role that they fulfill is mostly, it's like specialized investigations at that point, simply because like, even though I keep throwing around the word investigations, I want to be careful here because people actually do have the profession. I appreciate them. Happy Memorial Day to everybody, by the way, especially you Squid. I appreciate your service, buddy. Thank you for staying alive and all that jazz. But you know, the intelligence team is not as glamorous as he thought it was going to be, and he wanted to do all of the crazy stuff that you guys have heard other people do. He wanted to just turn us into a mercenary team. He wanted to spy on teams, like jump in teams and fake being a membership and all that other stuff. We don't do that. It's a waste of our time. We need everybody. We need everybody in their positions. That's all. We've always thought in that manner. It's just he just wanted to do more and wanted to be excessive, and I said no, bro. That's not what we do. We do exciting stuff. Don't get me wrong.
You guys do like combat? Like get in
What do you-
combat and get into Battlefield server and just fight another team.
There were teams that used to do that. MIlsim teams, like the ones that, like the old teams that used to do that. And fuck. I know one of our used to do that shit.
What if RL?
Yeah,
One of their pissed off members got like tired of their shit and just like dropped fucking everything he knew about it, like what they did and shit.
right. And that's the thing. People have tried to all of our documents that we have. Again, here's the actual like intelligence secret squirrel stuff. If you join, in order to get like to know really anything that can actually damage us, just like how the government does it, but we do it more better. So I don't know if anybody has a security clearance. There's different databases for essentially almost each government organization, right? So you can't like be in the FBI and then also access White House files as well, type deal. So we kind of do compartmentalization in that manner, the same way. So he wanted to be a part of it and just thought he was going to know everything. But no, once you join, everybody knows as much as they need to know, and usually if they have any questions, we put you on a blacklist. No, I'm joking. But we just, from there, we just go, okay. Like, if you want to know more, then you need to rank up. And we do have ranks. We do have structures as well. Just like every other team does. I built those myself from scratch. Yeah. So, like, all the stuff that could be damaging is not accessible by a lot of people. And if you can see it, or if you do know about it, we know how to find out how you shared it, or how you disseminated it, or spilled it, or something of that nature.
Alright.
But do you? Who's? Yeah, that's the actual intelligence stuff right there. I'll probably never repeat that again, but that's the real thing. do you guys know the leadership of Ions?
I think I stopped Discord from a while ago.
Okay.
It was this happened like very
What you laughing at,
early
Squid?
December last year.
Uh-huh.
I think it was Bullet Zero.
Is that? I think I remember. Like, wasn't there like big? There was a big commotion around that time about something.
Yeah. He just put it in community saying that this team wants to drop a war doc on all of us.
Oh my gosh.
And, destroy us and fill our servers 24/7.
Remember when Squid, remember when that one kid he ran another PM? I know we're in the shadows a lot because we're trying to stay positive, but like 2 years ago, this kid, it was another J name. No, it was G. It was yeah. So he called it something, GSD. Yeah, GSD is what he called it, and I forgot what it stood for, but he was trying to copy us, GSC, and he tried to he said, I'm gonna drop a war doc on you. I was like, well, PMCs don't do that. So try something else. I said, if you want to just have a fight. No, he said, I'm gonna start a corporate war. I was like, oh, that's
Corporate war.
corporate war.
Corporate espionage itself is illegal.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. It's highly illegal. We shouldn't be doing it, and neither should anyone else. Right? Just, dude, come on. You're
Just
wasting time.
just roll up in the server, just like
Yeah.
take 'em down.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what we were willing to do. I was like, and I literally made fun of him. I was kind of mean back then. I was like, I said, if you can call it what it is, we'll do it. I was like, but you can't call it a corporate war. You can't call it a war doc. It's like, you gotta actually get it right. And of course, he never did.
When was the last time there was an actual corporate war?
Real life?
Like, not an actual, like, fucking gunfight and shit, but, like, theoretical corporate war.
Well, there's currently in real life.
Yeah, wasn't there one, like, I don't know, a while back?
Well, there's currently one going on right now with I forgot the two names, but these two companies, G4S, excuse me, and another large, basically defense contractor, is fighting with these two guys. They're fighting over because they tried to have this one English team over in England merge with them, or they tried to acquire them at the time, and then I don't know if you know how corporate mergers work, but you have to get a court order and stuff like that. You have to have it approved by the board of directors, and then there's some legal stuff that has to be done, because if you're controlled, if you're I don't know if you guys know, but anyways, there's a thing called
G4S. I actually used to work for them.
G4S.
Yeah, they're shit.
Yeah, G4S is pretty trash, especially locally. Internationally, they're trash.
Like, I only joined like after a little bit in the military. Like, I got out because a buddy of mine from the Navy told me it was actually a pretty decent company.
Yeah,
and that's like where he was. So I was like, okay, yeah. So went to a job fair. It's like, hey, these guys, like a buddy of mine told me you guys were pretty good.
yeah.
Gave him my resume. Fucking next day, hey, they do a fucking phone interview.
Yeah.
Like, all right, your start date's next Monday. Like,
Oh goodness.
the fuck?
Locally?
Yeah, it was local.
Oh no, that's yeah. They're really.
They put
really
me in a
trying.
fucking call center. They put me in a Sprint call center.
That's
Like,
funny.
dude, like, fuck this gay shit.
Yeah.
And then ended up like, I ended up screwing up because there was two ladies who were fighting outside the main door, and I didn't really use the method I was supposed to collect information, like get everyone's like side and
Right.
whatnot.
Right. These central.
I ended up. I was supposed to PM the person involved via like Skype and shit. I ended up walking on a call floor and like say, "Hey, I need you to come with me," and they weren't really happy. He's like, "Oh yeah, let me take one guy out of a fucking whole room of fucking people."
Yeah.
And went there. They ended up moving me to just like some random ass mall.
Yeah,
And
they'll do that.
all I had to do was drive around for 12 hours. Like, okay, man,
Yep.
fuck it, I'm driving,
Yep.
sitting on my phone, dicking around. Um, the dudes that were already there were pissed off that I got the job, I got that part, and they didn't. So they had to bullshit their way. They dropped like 2 bullshit letters. Yeah, it's funny. It's like,
And-
I was about to quit anyway,
Yeah,
but okay.
they're probably veterans of because that's usually what a
Oh
lot
no,
of these...
they're just regular ass civilians who wanted to be rent cops.
No, that's what I mean. But I'm like, usually when I'm sorry, wrong use of it. When I say veterans, I mean like veterans of people who've been in the security industry for a minute. They usually like those, like older gentlemen, usually like those cushy jobs because they don't want to run, they don't want to do anything, and they're just kind of
No, all they did
a
was
warm
sit in,
body.
like, they sat in the whole, like, the mall we were put at wasn't even really a mall. It's just like, it used to be a mall, but now
Bizarre.
like a bunch of state department, built state government, and some federal government
Grants.
agencies took it over.
Mhm.
So they sent the letters. I get calls like, "Hey, we're gonna terminate you." He's like, "Alright, fuck it, I was gonna quit anyway." But
Wow.
and they told me I had to return the uniform, so I went
Yep.
home, changed.
Today's your last
I
paycheck.
put on my old. I put on my old Five Finger Death Punch T-shirt, and on the back it said "1-2 fuck you,"
Oh, that's funny.
and I dropped off the uniforms, and they watched me as I fucking left. I know damn well they fucking read the back of the T-shirt.
Oh, that's funny.
So I heard someone mumble something, and I was like, yeah, fucking read it.
Yeah, my experience with the defense contracting world is because we have people in our group, in GSC who do it, in our organization. So like,
I did get an offer from Garda World,
I think that's the other one. No, it's not.
and like they offered like, hey, we're interested in having you as a contractor.
Yeah.
And if that was to go, I would actually gone over to
Oh,
fucking
fine.
Afghanistan and be some fucking gate guard or some shit.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. That's a lot of what happens. Actually, Guard is actually pretty good. Guard World's pretty good. But the reason why, well, they're not called Guard World anymore. Excuse me, they're called GFS, Guard World for Federal Services. And
Yeah,
they're
that was the one.
yeah, they're really good. Only to the point because they have what's it called, a GOC. Instead of like a TOC, a Tactical Operations, they have a Global Operations Center. And so they can kind of manage guards, things of that nature. Let's say if you were a gate guard in Afghanistan, your co-workers would not be American. You'd be working with like locals. And so you would have a hard time speaking the language, obviously. You'd have a hard time, doing all this other stuff because they just, they don't speak very good English. And I'm not making fun of people. That's a fact. The sky is blue, I'm black, they don't speak great English. But yeah, that would have been your experience. And I don't know if you know how the pay works as well. The pay is much different from the military, right? There's no danger pay or anything like that, whatever it's called. This would just be, you would essentially be getting paid, not every day, but pay, like you'd get like, the rate would be like $100 a day, which is very low for a gate guard. And then you do your rotations. I know you're probably used to rotations from the military. You do like 3-month rotations, right? A year, or like 2 to 5 months or whatever it is, whatever they train you on. Like right now, I know the industry's looking for what's it called? I know the industry's looking for like medics. And they're looking for lots of medics. They're looking for translators. They're looking for all these things. But a lot of that, you have to get sponsored for security clearance. You have to. All that requires a lot of information that a lot of people don't want to give up, and they're afraid of that whole process. So that's a whole thing and a half. But I don't know how long we've been here. I appreciate the. Good Lord.
Yeah, it's no big. It's fun having you guys.
I appreciate
having guests on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice meeting the 256 guy.
Alright.
You guys are really cool. Like I said, we got to hang out sometime. How's that sound? You think Onyx would be cool with that?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Like, Onyx is gonna be drinking tomorrow. That's gonna be.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're all gonna be fucking drinking.
Right.
I'm underage, bitch.
Oh, that's funny.
Fuck you! I was underage when I started drinking. Pussy.
Alright. Look, only if
How-
you can sneak it, alright?
How old are you guys? Because I know all you
I'm
guys are
14.
white. So how? 14.
I started drinking when I was like 15.
All of us are
Yeah,
what?
you got problems, man.
Who, me?
No, not you. Salty.
Right. What about you, Mikey? How old are you?
I'm 17.
17. Okay. Salty. I don't know.
Oh,
How
this
old are you?
shit's take off.
20s, early 20s.
I'm old enough.
Early 20s. Mid 20s, late 20s.
Early 20s.
He's 16 too.
This
Yeah,
motherfucker just really just hit early 20s.
I've known him for a minute then. It must have been 13.
He's
when
just
I
like
met him.
12 years old,
man.
10.
Yeah, 9.
I was like 12 years old.
Yeah, but I'm hitting my late 20s. About to be 30 here in a second. I mean, you know, when you guys hit about 25, the panic will set in. The panic. You're like, oh my gosh, 30's right behind me. You know, it's like I don't know if you guys see the movie Scream. Slash, I put a hole in there. I walk through the halls of place, and it's with you.
That's not Scream, that's fucking Scary.
I know, but it's based on.
No, actually, Scary.
I
I think that's
haven't
Scary
seen
too,
that
actually.
I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I actually watched. I watched one of them, either one or two, on Netflix a while back,
Oh,
or
yeah.
like a couple weeks ago.
They are hilarious. Cindy, please, I just need you to warn me. Warm me up.
It's some good shit. The fact that they turned like, I'm willing to bet that
He's my
you
strong
can actually
hand.
use a fish tank as a makeshift bong.
I think you could. I mean, it has all the. It has the apparatus. It has the glass and the water. Right, you just got to know how to do the rest of the stuff. I'm sure it should be
Fuck.
possible.
Well,
What is it?
yeah, we enjoy you coming on the stream today.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate you know meeting
That's
you
fun.
guys as well. Yeah.
Yeah. If as far as I know, from what folks in the chat saying, JDI hasn't received anything from Warrior in about a week, so
Okay.
he may just pissed off.
Good. I
I
know
know
so. That guy, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
fucking-
That guy is annoying. And, yeah. That
All
guy's-
right. All right. Well, Archer, we'll see you guys. We'll see you next time. You know, we'll make sure this streams up
This is a kid.
not too long after it ends.
Dude, go feed the kids, man.
Well, who's the autistic child screaming in the background?
I don't
What
know
are
what
you
he's
doing to him?
What is he doing?
What is? See, you see this? You see the?
Oh, he's
chat
running
there?
around with something.
There's the squid. You see how it's starting to red. They really try to pull out the angry black man. But I try
Dude,
not
he's
to
getting
get too
dogged right now.
you know, and it's just so annoying sometimes. But yeah, you know, gotta be the good guy. So
All right.
whatever. I'll see you guys. That's all. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we'll see you later, man.
Peace.
All right.
That just went
Alright,
from a
before-
PMC to a company talk.
Bruh.
I didn't think it was gonna go that way.
If he's making, if he turns that company to where he makes actually good money, fuck, man, everyone in the community is gonna try to join that shit.
It's just so
Think
weird.
of that, like, how many fucking times have you seen? Some
I mean, some
junior
people
coming from
make
the
money.
community. Yeah, like streaming and gaming and shit. Yeah, I can
No,
see
but
that.
some people make money from like doing MIlsim already. From getting paid to join the team. Allison.
Bullshit.
Incep!
And other people.
Fucking blowing.
I'm being paid to
Okay,
get
I'm gonna go
discharged.
back. I'm gonna go grab a drink. Alright, we got one more thing to talk about before we end the stream.
Oh shit.
What's happening in community? Just I'm a go.
Go feed the cat.
He stopped. He stopped.
Cat. Sorry,
I
not
need
the
to
cat.
feed my
the-
doggy. You know, my sister's planning on putting him down because he's getting really old. Because
Oh.
my dog is like really old, and like
You're old.
she was telling me to check up on him and see if he's in pain. And honestly, he's jumping off the porch and shit, so I don't really think he's in pain yet. So
Yeah.
he's a cute doggy. I love him so much.
Fuck your dog.
Alright, this is where I'm requesting your details.
Your deets?
I'm
Yeah.
rating you for the whole week.
Oh yeah, what do you do? War dog me, bitch? Monkey versus
I'm
ape?
better.
Is that what's going on? Are we making
this is
our
what
army?
This is what Lucifer said. On PS4, people pay real money to raid each other. Raid each. Or, I can't speak.
Bullshit, no one does that.
On I can't speak, oh my god, I'm having a stroke.
PC?
On PS4, people pay
PS4.
real money to raid other units.
That's
No,
right.
that's bullshit. That sounds absolute
You
bullshit.
never know. Cause, okay, let's quit. I remember, somebody's, wanted me to, no, somebody wanted, to give me like $5-10, right? To raid another unit. You know, bring everyone and raid another unit. Because they couldn't fight them on their own, since they're a smaller unit, but they're rich. You know? They wanted me to fight the other unit for them, for $10. So I think that's real. Like, people even pay for someone to join their unit. Like,
Instead, Hades.
man. Half of 256.
What the fuck?
I can't.
Alright, so one more thing we gotta talk about. No, either Monkey or Ace, one of you two brought up the fact that there could be a possible war coming out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. What was it again? It was like
Oh, was it
3
3
a.m.
p.m.?
Yeah,
Oh.
and so I don't know. I'm kind of dumb. I'll be real with you. I may have got the wrong idea, but I was going around fucking around in servers, right? And so, fuck around, find out, right? So I didn't find out my ass whooping. No, I found out there was gonna be a war. So I joined the 3v3M server. They invited me to a party. I was just gonna be like, shit, why'd you kick me? They were going on about this one RAC guy who's like a Lance Corporal. I don't know why they had him at the party. But it was 3MD, that one Lance Corporal, and this one guy who's in 3B3M. And they're all in the party, and all I hear is War Doc, right? So I'm immediately gonna be like, oh shit! So someone's gonna have a war. Yeah, war. So me being me, bro. I don't know. It's either 3MD or 3B3M or one RAC that's getting war docked. Or is war docking. I don't know. Someone's going
From what
against
I
one of the
read.
units.
From what Virus said that they brought it up.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I know 3MD is
Mm.
going against 3B3M, and I know
So-
one RAC is. I don't know.
While we were doing the interview thing, Squid, we were in the raid and they were running some amazing 100%, 99%
U100
approved MA
shit.
kit. They had
Right.
U100,
Wait,
MP7,
who?
3B3M.
3M.
The team that who PAF kicked their asses.
Yeah.
Fucking propaganda.
Yeah.
The fact that they had to call fucking 1MD. I was actually there for that fight. It was funny.
Yeah,
I
was
carried you
too,
guys,
until I
you know.
lagged out.
I carried the team.
Okay,
Well,
Mr. sitting
Fucking
there
in a
in a fucking
I
I was
went-
sitting there
tank.
in a tank the whole time.
Dude, I was just 54. How much did I go? 150 something? Or
fucking
160
remember
on
I
one.
lost out.
70 something.
Yeah, well, actually, let's see if I can find it. I was pretty
I
proud.
remember one of those guys didn't even have a kill that entire fucking game. I remember. Absolute fucking
Is it here?
ace.
No,
They
it's
all were
not.
negative, right?
Oh, it's here, it's here, it's here. Yeah. There's a guy that went 2 and 26, 6 and 44, and there's the other one.
Holy fuck.
I won 133 and 1.
And one. Oh yeah, that's because I took
I
And
actually did
multiple
pretty
goals
good. I
for
was, did about 32 or something. 32 to what was it? 24.
and got
you. Yeah. I like that shit.
screenshots.
Fuck. It's actually good. Like it's, I don't. It was the second time I've been in the BF4 raid for like a long time, so it was actually pretty decent. Locking, but
Here's a screenshot.
I want to see if this shit does blow up into just like 3B, 3M, like getting digged down like hard, fucking, and they want to fucking like, I don't want them to fucking stop. Keep this going more than a fucking hour, like more than a day. It's like shit. Can we
Like-
get some good quality fucking entertainment?
I really want a war. It's like,
Like, dude,
I don't know.
dude, everyone does, but like every time you drop a fucking war,
Everybody's scared.
fucking team that's getting docked is like, no, we want to do diplomacy now. It's like all that shit talking, you're pussying out.
I like diplomacy, but I still want a little bit of combat. I want the unit
Yeah.
crash and burn.
I think it's three
Oh,
and
yeah,
and one RAC.
There's like so many times where a war can break out instantly, but it's always like the unit always breaks apart or something. Like
Yeah.
the 18th thing, where a lot of the units
Oh
hate
dear
them.
God.
They never really did anything. You know, it looked pretty close into a war, but then their like main members started leaving with WP, and they just died. Merged with two other units.
WP was never gonna be alive. That shit was AIDS.
Oh, then a lot of people from that merged into 18th, or merged into P from 18th. They left because they didn't like some of the things that they were putting in their chats, like beheadings and
NSFW shit.
Nazis and stuff.
Shit,
That's
I mean,
what,
PHQ has a very allowing for
It
that.
was actually, this is what he said.
That's pretty funny.
Hitler, Nazi shit, beheading videos, child molesting jokes, people getting run over by trains and cut in half, shot in the head, execution style.
Dude, PNHQ material.
Stop.
Are you sure? Do you wanna go to PNHQ?
No. I
You
have
can't
that.
just spam monkey a bunch of invites.
I have.
Oh no, I
I'm
got
already
fucking
in
kicked
there.
from PNHQ again.
Oh, not monkey, Ace.
I got kicked, bro.
I have a server way down there. I don't want to see
You're gonna.
it.
I got kicked from fucking PNHQ again.
uh,
Damn it.
you deserve
Alright,
it.
folks. Well, that's about it for today.
We.
Hey, shut up.
Oh my god. You hear that?